Too kind. I appreciate that. Depression.
Hi, honey.
What's popping?
Did you miss me, baby?
Sure.
Of course you did.
Hell yeah. What's popping, girl?
Nothing. Just bored. Gonna get high. Gonna get super drunk in the AM.
Whoa. She said, I wake up with whiskey. She says, I wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. What did she say? Something about whiskey?
Wake up in the morning feeling like, P. Diddy, yeah.
She brushed her teeth with a bottle of whiskey.
Before I leave, brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. Because when I leave for the night, I ain't coming back. And I got some Jack. That's
funny. She'll share with you here. I'm actually in the middle of Sober September. I'm doing a self-challenge here where I can't drink all September. So I'm 11 days out.
How dare you?
Man, it's one of those things. No one made me do it. I just decided randomly. I didn't do it with anybody. I'm the only one doing it. I just was like, oh, that would be it was really good timing to do it.
That's cool. Yeah, stick to it.
It was no fucking problem. 12 days in, there was no fucking bad feelings or nothing. I wasn't out of control drinking. I was drinking every day, but just not too much. I wasn't on liquor or anything. So stopping really wasn't a problem.
That's good.
Hell yeah. Now that I'm 12 days in, I'm wondering, oh shit, will I pick up drinking instantly, or what's going to be my next phase? What do you think I should
do? We should start injecting heroin into your penis.
What do you mean? Or start?
You're like, I've already been doing that.
It's like, I'm fucking shooting up right now. No, I'm just kidding. But no, this is the thing though. I'm not, like I said, I stand behind non fucking, the word slipping right now for not doing something. I don't believe in abstinence from fully anything. So I'm not Mr. AA, and I'm not fucking a guy who's like found God or anything. No offense, Raccoon 6, because Raccoon 6 is a guy who is a ex drinker and loves God. But no offense, but it's not that I found God or anything. It's just one of those things. I'm just wondering, what am I gonna do? Because I can't just decide fucking. But I'm never gonna quit drinking. I might just slow it down a bit. But I fucking love drinking. Do you love drinking?
Drinking's okay. It's good when you're... sorry. It's good when you're bored. My bad. That yawn is like all over the place.
Oh, yeah. How dare you? No, that's cool. I've had a nice relationship with alcohol. But I have a control over my alcohol, and that I could pride myself on. People say, oh, don't do this, don't do that, or some people are evil, this makes you this. I say, make your paper, don't let your paper make you. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure.
Okay, you don't get the reference. But no, in a sense, if you have control.
I just looked up. Yeah, I'm a little stupid.
You're fine. I fucking like I'm dumb and cute, baby. I'm
not always dumb, okay? Just right now.
Yeah, tell yourself that. Whatever you tell yourself.
You better shut up, Rico.
Says the dumb girl. No, I'm just messing with you. But in the same time, hell yeah. So that's like, I'm braggadocious. I'm being a bit braggy about it right now, about the not drinking thing, because I haven't done it in so long. So right now I can actually speak from a place of that, like, hey, my mind not on booze. And it's like I could actually make that sense. And I had a good feeling that it didn't affect me too bad. I had a good feeling that I was in control, and so this is just a reminder for sure. But much didn't change. Not too much change. But if you were to choose, which one would you quit? Weed or drinking for the rest of your life? Random question.
Drinking.
Really?
Yeah, I love to smoke. I'm a pothead.
Nice. I'll roll up another one with you right here. I just smoked one, but I'm coming down off other stuff, so it's like just gonna fucking smoke. No drinking. Because usually that's what I would love drinking. Now it's to get all deep, really, but like drinking on the come down of stuff, or just as a kill the edge. But right now, since I'm sober September, that if I do mess around with anything, it's like, okay, the come down is either A, don't come down, or B, just come down, or C, smoke weed and come down. And it's fucking nice, I'll tell you. That's one big thing I would say is like drinking. I love it, but I think that just like anything, humans get habitualized, and I was just drinking like too much as a habit instead of just doing it as a when I wanted to or when I'm bored or celebration. So I just regained a little control there. So that's lit because now it just affords me more attention to shit that's not just the habits that are unnecessary. What's some unnecessary habits you have, Depression? That if you don't mind sharing.
Unnecessary habits that I have.
That doesn't have to be too deep, but if you were to say like, what's some habit that is just you think, oh, I do it because I can, because I've learned how to do it, but it's not really serving me, and is there anything like that?
I buy a lot of makeup that I don't end up using, that I don't ever plan on using.
Oh, appreciate your
makeup
honesty.
Is so fucking expensive, and like,
why do you do that?
I'm a makeup artist, so like I love makeup, and I just like love to collect makeup. But it's like so expensive, and I know I'm not.
So it's a collection. Beautiful, excellent answer there. Thank you. So it's like, how is there a collection? Are you a collector for life or a collector for value and trade, or a bit of it all?
Kind of both. I kind of get the things that I like and then the things that will return value. But like sometimes I just use some of the things. So like I just kind of waste a lot of money, not gonna lie.
Wow, no, thank you. That's a good habit. Yeah, so similarly, drinking was kind of one with that. But the nice thing about drinking is it's not very expensive because it is so accessible and there's so much production of it, unlike makeup, but it does add up. It's almost like buying a cheap makeup but just buying a lipstick every day. It's like, okay, next thing you know. So unnecessary money, that's a tough one. So that's definitely, I think, a positive thing to cut out. See, because drinking is even more fucked up because it's not even collecting. I'm just collecting empties at that point. And so makeup is cool.
Oh, I like fucking, sometimes I do a drug. Like I like fucking, yeah, there's this drug that I don't particularly like, but I do every now and then. That's an unnecessary thing that I can.
Sounds like a psychedelic.
No, actually.
Well, I'm just because every now and again, because most, like, I'm trying to think what drugs, and you don't have to say it, I'm just cluing up here, thinking out loud, my mind was thinking, what drug would someone do but not do it all the time? What's something that is not something you would want to do all the time, or you would want to, but it's too risky? And the only thing I could really think of is like acid or something. It's like, as much as I would love to be tripping every day, all day, so maybe you have to take a couple week break to get the tolerance down. But man, it's interesting. Well, so what about that though? Why'd you bring that up?
No, that's just another habit that I can cut. Another bad habit I can cut.
Oh, a bad habit? Let me ask you this. Yeah. Without explaining what it is, how often is every now and again?
You said, huh?
I said, without explaining what the substance is, how often is now and again? When you say I use now and again, how often is that ballpark?
Once every couple of months.
Once every couple of months. Fascinating. I would like to unpack that. But let me just say this to Raccoon real quick.
A little bit of a lot, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me just say this to Raccoon quick. Nobody on this planet helped me quit my addictions, Raccoon. I didn't say anybody did. I just said that it seemingly sounded that you were a guy who found God helped you through it. And so technically it's not a body, but an entity. So fuck you. Just kidding. And then depression. So you're saying when you do it a lot, but then you don't do it after you come down finally? Or?
Like, I do a lot of it when I'm doing it.
She injects her clit with heroin. She admitted it here earlier, folks.
I do not inject anything. I do not shoot up. That is something I will never do. That's gross.
Yeah, I've done it a bunch of times.
Ew.
Oh yeah, that shit was fucking isn't it? It is what it is, I guess you could say. But at the same time, is yours? So your drug's obviously not that gross, is it?
It's pretty bad.
She's like, it's like calling that, but that's awesome. I'm glad you can do it every few months. How do you get yourself to? Do you hate it by the end of it? Do you start off really loving it, and then by the end of it, you hate it so much that it's like you have to wait that long to do it again, or what's the thing there? Like, whenever is it that it
I just
provides a
don't
certain?
like what it does to my skin. And I
Ooh,
also just don't like the drug in general because it's kind of really fucking bad.
is it? Mm.
Yeah, it's
Is it
like
bad
really,
because
really
the world
bad.
says it's bad, or is it bad because you could tell it's bad?
It's bad because it fucks up people's lives. And like I've seen
Oh yeah, but
countless
that's
of my
other
friends
people.
suffer.
That's
No,
everybody's
but
different. Some people can
that's
handle
all
this
my
shit.
friends who
Oh
got
well,
on
I'm not
it
yet.
and all my family members who got on it. Kind of that thing.
Hmm.
Doesn't make sense.
That's fair. That's
However,
fair. That's fair. Well, that's makeup. As far as makeup goes, though, I don't know if you'd believe this, but would you believe me if I told you that I used to have a fat ass makeup collection myself?
oh really?
Yes, it was fucking fascinating, and some chick ended up robbing me for it, but I was gonna give it to my sister more than likely whenever I got to Wisconsin, because it was in Los Angeles where I was at in the very beginning of this year before I moved away in February, and I was dumpster diving all the time out there, and I would find I would hit payloads. I lived in a pretty decent area, I guess. So where I was dumpster diving at, and I was finding some fucking shit, man. And I had so much makeup, it was ridiculous. I was just like, ah, damn. I was like, fuck. And I only use eyeliner. That's the only makeup I really fuck with, and nail polish. So all that other shit, like anything that was foundation or any blush or any lip line, like lipstick, anything like this, I just was stacking it up little by little. I had Sephora, Kylie shit. You could just imagine the plethora, all the Maybellines. Fucking, I had just probably like, I would say at least 15 Kylie makeups, the lip glosses and shit. So, what do you think about that?
What do I think about that?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, so did I say some not popular names? Did I say some shit that is pretty good? Because I feel like they were very expensive. I found it with some very nice shit.
Kylie is very expensive.
I know, I should have sold that shit, man. Oh well. But yeah, so that was really funny. Most people, I don't even know, when you say makeup, I can actually relate to that, because although I don't use makeup on the reg myself, I could. I'm a bit of a tinker in a bunch of random things, so that's tight. I fuck with that. I fuck with that. See, the difference is, though, I didn't spend money on my makeup collection, so if it does get quite ridiculous, I'm sure. I'm quite ridiculous, I'm sure. But so yeah, that's really positive. So what would you do with that money if you didn't spend it on makeup?
Mm, probably Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
No way. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. Or like stuff
Lit.
for my computer.
Nice, nice. Fuck yeah. Because man, money is one of those things that people having in intelligence there is pretty important, I'd say. But you seem like you're definitely branch out and exploring. I think that's very positive, because although everyone can do it in their own way, I definitely have bought a bunch of random shit and everything, and had mad income before, and so I understand the concept of exploring through buying shit. But then even just going around in the woods and walking around or dumpster diving, just to explore and mess around with shit. And so that's cool. You got to buy a bunch of random shit, but would you say you buy random stuff as an exploratory venture or as a necessity venture? Some mostly.
So the thing with like my spending habit is I don't buy just like random things. I buy things that like I want for a very long time. So I won't splurge until I have a couple of really expensive things in mind. And then when I have like thought about it and like thought about if I bought it, like if I would get bored of it, how long would it take for me to get bored of it? And if I thought about it for like,
Hmm.
a couple of weeks, maybe I did want it. So then I'd wait a couple of weeks and then I'd splurge and buy like a couple of big things I've been wanting. So it's never like anything too bad of a loss because like I end up using a lot of this stuff and it's stuff I wanted
100%.
anyways.
Right. I've had,
But
yeah. I'm sure
around,
you've seen people that collect stuff and then put it up in the shelf. Like have you seen toy collectors and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I understand. It's always fun when you get to break it, bust it open. Some people are just freaking psychopaths, I guess, and don't fucking touch their shit. I don't know how the fuck, but that's really awesome as far as that goes. I'm also smoking too, so I'm getting a little spacey here but by as
Jesus.
far as that goes, though, Jesus Christ, Amen, Hallelujah. No, thank you, Depression, for calling in today.
Mm-hmm.
You're rocking with the Rico Roxx Social Suicide. It's very awesome. It's very awesome. But I was thinking of a question a second ago, and it was, so as far as when you buy something and everything, to kind of something that's in the same ballpark but a little different, is I'm just curious. Whenever you do mess around and you let yourself indulge in maybe super drunk or maybe those drugs or whatever, what are your spending habits like?
I don't spend money when I drink. Like usually when I get my stuff or like my alcohol, um, I just get enough for the night, and then once I'm out, I'm out.
Nice. Do you ever go back for more?
Um, it depends. Like if I'm not like super drunk and like I like want to get a little bit more drunk, or if I'm not like super high and I want to get a little bit more high, you know?
Well, the main context of why I asked you what your spending habits were like, because I myself play with states of mind, getting high. From a sober mind, I wake up, okay, this is what it feels like, boom, hit that substance, feel that change, boom. So, and being very particular about the chemical changes. And I notice it's not split personality, but it's totally different perspective, and it's almost like I should be a different person if I'm on drugs for a few days, or if I'm 100% sober, or if I'm over drinking and then over ate that day. I'm a whole, and what it turns out is I could tell they're very particular personalities in each state, and it's interesting to me is what I think about when I'm in each of those very distinct states, and which ones I pass along to the other states. Like, hey man, like when you get sober, think about this, take this with you from this high state. And one of the things is money. And I was wondering if whenever you do dabble, when you get super high or super drunk or anything, that's when you reflect about your choices, your spending habits when you're sober. Like, oh, why am I doing shit like that? Like, it's anything like that. Have you?
Not really.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like I'm
interesting.
just very smart about like the things that I do. I don't know. And like as Stinger said, like I do have multiple sugar daddies, but that doesn't mean I recklessly spend my money. Like that's not something you should do with the sugar daddy's money.
Okay,
That's
give me
like
an
money that
example.
popped up out of the blue. You know, that money is like God given money, bro. Because like, bro,
Hmm?
you don't have that money. You need to do something good with that money. You
What do
know,
you mean?
like okay, so like all the money I get from like my sugar daddies and shit, it goes to shit that I really fucking want. Money isn't of God. No shit, dumbass. I was just using it more as like a. I was more so using it as like this money like wasn't just like I didn't have to work for this money. I didn't have to do anything hard for this money. This money just came freely, and it's basically like damn,
It,
like I could do something really good with this money, or I could be really stupid with this money that like basically is an opportunity is what I meant. You're a dumbass,
yeah,
dumbass. Shut up.
you could have a little piggy little drawer that says, "Oh, every time I get this money, since I don't technically need it, I'm gonna just keep putting it in this little drawer. And one day I might look at it, and next thing you know, that's that little fun from that. That's awesome. That's great. So
Bro,
income. Fuck yeah. So let me talk about your skin now. So you're saying drugs messing up your skin and this and that.
they
How
don't
bad
mess
are we
up my
talking?
skin. It doesn't mess
You're
up
saying
my
it's
skin.
bad for your
It
skin,
just
rather.
more so, yeah. It's like it kind of dries it out a little bit. And so I can fix that easily within like a day or two because I have like really good skincare and I take really good care of my skin. But
Yeah,
when
same.
I'm on drugs, I don't like to put like that kind of stuff, like my skincare, on my face because I don't want it to um, like react badly with my like what's in my body now, you know. So then I just do my skincare
Interesting.
later. So it's not like it's
You think?
a
Yeah,
bad
interesting.
thing. It's just kind of annoying sometimes, you know, when I want to have a
Oh,
little bit of fun and then
absolutely,
I wake up
absolutely.
dry.
That's one. Yeah, that's one of the downsides of wanting to elevate your mind is, oh, then your body is like, what the hell, and then you're thinking, oh shit, fuck that. I'm not gonna fuck my face up for that. But I also similarly go through a process where when I fucking get high,
Do
my
you have a
my
Discord?
I I'm not active on Discord. I do have a Discord. I
Do you have
need
a
to get more
Snapchat?
active. I do not Snapchat, baby. It's too personal. But I have Instagram though.
I don't have an Instagram. Anyways.
Well, fuck you. I have email, but that's just for
Yikes.
anybody
Hit me
can
up on
email Rico.
AIM, babe. Oh,
It is aim.com, AOL.com/
it's
Rico
a
Roxx.
woman.
But anybody does want to email the show to get on or anything, Rico Roxx, ROXX 221 @gmail.com. And so that's it. And shit about the skin though, about drying it up. I just to add a quick note to that is that's when I like using skincare products personally is when I'm where my skin's at the most driest and my skin is at the most greasy, dry, chemically induced. That is when I like to fucking sit there and baby my shit. And then it comes out right. It comes out nice. Like if I ignore it, then it's like, oh, it feels like shit. But then bam, I have my little tactics and shit like this, and it makes it beneficial because it's not how about what you do, it's how you do it. And so that brings me to my next segue. That's a nice segue to say things money can't buy, like skin health and this and that.
True.
No, yeah. And about that is, do you focus a lot on that? Do you focus on things that are more of a naturalistic self, almost like you could say meditation, yoga, anything like this, where it's value of body but not of anything else, or not anything else, but do you do anything like that?
Mm,
Or I mean, do you have like, are you? Would you say? Okay, let me rephrase this. Would you pride yourself on your understanding of the your body and have you honed methods to keep yourself super regenerative?
I'm trying to like figure out like how to. I feel that like I keep a good like I take good care of my body. I don't ever like I don't eat bad shit like a lot of the time. Like I try to keep a good diet and shit like that. I don't work out a lot, but I'm kind of not like really out of shape anyways. So
Very nice. That's great. Me, in my opinion, I think the earlier the better in theory, but I think there's a bunch of different things that humans could do. Just little things, movements, patterns, things of that nature, and it's controllable and it can be methodical and be leveled up, and that's one area of life that I'm fascinated about, and I love money and success, and I want to be bonding, and I plan on giving her a good shot. But then I'm fascinated by that as well. I'm trying to have you ever. So let me ask you this: are you into breathing? Have you breathe the topic of breathing?
okay, so I think that you're asking me about like meditations and stuff like this.
No, I'm talking about
Um,
lung control. Exhale, inhale.
oh, I mean, when I do meditations and stuff, yeah, but not like in general. Like, no,
Ooh,
not
oh yeah.
really.
See, like those are those things. And I know you don't need my help or you didn't ask, but I guess while you know me, if that's something you'd like to develop, or I'm probably gonna just sit there and bug you with it maybe, but that is I get giddy about it of the difference it can make, just the understanding. So Do you have anything like that you could think of under that description? Do you have anything that once you figured it out, it was like, whoa, why wasn't I doing this? Whether it be, I'm going to wipe my ass with this hand this time, or not the other hand I've always been using, and it changed my life. It could be anything like that that you've perceived.
Witchcraft.
In relations to the body, how, is that?
Yeah. In relationships, like everything, to be honest. Yeah.
So, in what does it do?
Honestly, like I used to have really bad like acne and stuff, and like I did some
Mm-hmm.
things for some things, and I also used to be really big when I was younger, and
Mm-hmm.
same kind of thing.
Fascinating as fuck. Did you when you got the results? You did get good results from the witchcraft.
Yes. So before I did all that, I did other things to make sure that like it was real, because I was super. I'm a skeptic. I don't believe everything, you know.
Oh yeah. So
And
you're
so
not a complete you're not a complete contrarian skeptic, but you have skepticism in your thing.
no, like bro, like I'm a full blown skeptic, bro. Like I don't.
You're yeah. I mean, I think there's a fine line. I'm not gonna get too deep in my personal beliefs, but I definitely use skepticism. I'm not a big skeptic, but I definitely fuck with it. It's
I mean, like I
skepticism
just
is tight.
feel that yeah, like I just feel like that there's like a lot of explanations for a lot of things, but my mind is also super open minded, so maybe not super skeptic,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I think we're on the same page. But so, in relation to, for anybody who doesn't understand it anymore, what is witchcraft protect to acne? Where's the connection there? What was the process of telling yourself, I'm going to activate
it's
this to activate this?
so I can't tell you exactly like what I do for it, but I can tell you that
Mm-hmm.
it's just like a process of certain it's like correlations to things, like correspondences, like certain colors mean certain things, and like certain flowers are for certain
Yes,
feelings or
yes, yes.
emotions or shit like that.
Triggers and connections.
Um,
So, okay, so
things do
maybe
different
witchcraft
things.
is not so different as we think. You're saying the word witchcraft, but I almost could similarly say it's a practice of self hypnosis in a sense. But you could call it witchcraft though. So yeah, continue. So that's amazing that you
I
fucking
mean,
use that.
it's
So you
not
pretty much.
really self hypnosis. I get that like you're like that's like where your skeptic is coming in, because bro, like I literally was thinking like that too. I thought like, oh, this shit's like
Mm-hmm.
just I'm just playing games with myself, bro. But here's
Right.
how I literally put this shit to the test. I'm not gonna lie to you. I literally would do things to make certain things happen, make certain people come back, make certain people like you know.
Yes, and don't think I'm mocking you or don't get do whatever the fuck you
I
want,
mean,
but
like
don't get shit on me when I start crying, because it's not that I'm trying to prove what the fuck you did, but I'm fascinated because to me that would be lovely if I could understand a little more, because that shit sounds tight as fuck. So because let's say I did have acne right now, you don't know if I do or not, but what
well,
if
it's
that was
not
the
even
thing?
just for that, but like
No,
for
I
other
understand. I'm
things
just making an
as
example.
well.
Like
Yeah.
I love skills and I like collecting powers and shit. So one of those things is if, just to share a little more with. So how long? Who or can you give? Like, did you expect it to work, or and when it
No,
did, and when it
no.
did it happen quickly? And did you what feeling? What did you feel like when you were like, oh, this can actually work? Was it a
Okay,
feeling of, oh,
so
I knew that was gonna happen, or?
no, I didn't believe in it at all. Like I thought it was all fake and like some weird shit. Like I was just like you, bro, like making fun of people like me, bro. I literally was. Um, and like I fucking did something, and I was like, okay, haha, whatever. Um, the next fucking
Mm.
morning that I wake up, I had the exact um let's just say I had this guy come over, a very specific guy that I hadn't dealt with in for years. We haven't had contact in for years and everything like that. So
Mm-hmm.
there was like no way that he was just gonna out of the blue pull up, and he did. And
Very
At
honest.
first when it happened, I was like, what the fuck? Like, okay, this is just a coincidence. Like, this can't be real. So I tried like a different, like, couple of things. I actually wrote down in a notebook
Holy
that
fuck.
I still have, like, everything that I did, how I did it, what time, when, and then specifically what I asked for. And
Oh,
then
that's
the next
interesting.
day, I would follow up, see if, like, if anything happened, and if it didn't, I wouldn't write anything. And all of my shit was filled out except for one thing. So
If there's always that one thing, isn't there?
I just think that I fucked up a little bit. But yeah, like, I mean, you think it's weird or whatever, but I mean,
I definitely will, but I'm just messing with you. But it's
um,
crazy because I just to share, I also practice powers and magic. You could say that, for lack of a better term, and but there is humbling things like that. I'm a regenerator. I tap into my skeleton and regenerate the blood cells and activate the cells to mend and shit like this.
okay.
Yeah, and I heal myself. I'm a healer,
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah, I pride myself on my regeneration but I incorporate so many different aspects. But big part of it is the push of the mind, that push of the craft, you could say, and along with the physical stances and stuff. So you could say it all goes together. But there's things that they're as powerful as I've gotten. There's a couple things where it's like wow, like I've just blown my own mind. I've fucking played with storms in the sky, and I've fucking cloud bending and all this crazy shit. But then there's something very close to my heart, personal, that won't regenerate. It's like whoa, for all I could do all this, but then why not at the snap of a finger? Why is this specific area not being affected by that? And it's a humbling part. Do you have anything like that?
Um, can you please explain what you mean by
Well,
that?
what I
Do I
just
have
mean is
to?
I could heal myself, but there's a couple trouble areas in my body, and it's humbling. It's interesting. I take it as a challenge. That's what I mean.
Oh,
Is
like
do you
things
have
that like I
challenges?
can't do. Yeah, like things that like challenge me. There's a lot of things that I can't do. I'm not like good at
Let's stay in the
everything.
particular of witchcraft though. Like, is there anything that it seems that you haven't been able to fuck with yet? Like that? Nothing too. You
Yeah,
don't have to
I
get super
mean,
particular,
there's
but
there's things that are like hard for me to like start getting into, really. But like it's just like a learning curve. It's just something that you learn.
I agree. I agree. I 100% agree. I actually quite like that shit. That there's something that, along with, even though I'm very powerful in my own opinion, that it's like, ooh, well then how until I get results there, I know. But once I can make that happen, once I can make that spell, you could say, happen, or once I can achieve that blast off with this power, that this area that I want to regenerate, then it's gonna prove that I've actually stayed focused and shit. So that's always great times. Fuck yeah! And I finally found my papers. Finally found my papers. But hell yeah, that's very deep and stuff like that. But I fuck with that shit. I feel that the skeleton and the body position, it's it's almost like a key in a door. If you could imagine a key, you're going home and you're sticking the key in the lock, and you could see the grooves pushing through as you push the key through. They're combing the grooves, and they're pushing them right out of the way where they fit exactly. And body positioning and skeleton positioning is just like that, where it's like tick, 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 tick. But if you could and you hear that click when you align perfectly, and not perfectly, but as close to perfect, or very in a perfect sense, and that shit right there is the thing that can afford the madness. Where it's like, if I'm gonna fuck around and experiment with states of mind and this and that, things that are pretty risky. It's not about. Would you agree with me when I say that it's not about how much damage you take? It's about how much damage you could take and move forward. And all right, folks. That was Rico Roxx. Social suicide. Hell yes. Me and depression were fucking going crazy. It's always nice to talk to her. I hope everyone enjoyed that. She kind of left abruptly, but I was just calming. As I try to, understand my place, and as I go every day and I level up, I like to advance. And I love the breathing aspect and everything. I'm gonna keep preaching about that because that shit is something that's simple and it's within reach for everybody. It's not like you have to buy anything. Everybody has a pair of lungs on, and once you start playing with it and getting control, woo! It's very powerful. It's very powerful, and I'm beating it like a dead horse right now because I'm also in the midst of process of training myself. So I have to stay steadfast in my verbal and mental acknowledgement of it, because once you break through, and I'm not saying to say, oh, I'm gonna be happy once I reach a goal. Every moment is this moment, but as the breathing gets better and better, it's gonna get, right now I'm teaching myself how to make it a habit where it's gonna become automatic, and then my powerful breathing habits will be, and I'm very good at it right now, but once you get that muscle memory, once your body is honed in, then you could really, really start playing around with it. Because then you're not really worried about, let's say you're exploring or you're thinking or you're experimenting in a certain process. You don't have to sit there and stop the processing and be like, body, are you okay with this new process? As your body's trying to keep up and your lungs are all to the mercy of non-attention. And hey, I realize is if my breathing could be so optimal for my body's capacity and production and nice oxygen levels and nice powerful blood flow stream and all this, and then I could also turn up and do something extreme or experiment or process, and I don't have to sit there. My body is just gonna be breathing so optimally that instead of being slowed down, it's just pushing forward. So if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, breathing is, most people breathe without thinking about it. There's in and out, in and out. Of course, they deep breathe, but just as a quick thing, empty out your lungs first. So when you exhale, don't stop exhaling instantly, or even when you think you're done exhaling, as you're pushing all the air out, relax your eyebrows and everything, like relax your face muscles, really push all the air out, and then just exhale. It might take 10, 15 seconds sometimes, maybe even a little less, 8 seconds if you're blowing out hard, like, but really exhale your lungs. I think that's something a lot of people might not really do, is take attention instead of just blowing out. Okay, that's good. No, really, like, empty the lung all the way to your tippy toes, and then when you're done breathing and you think you have no more air to blow out, start saying your ABCs, and watch the little bit of air, and then take a nice big, all the lung full, fill both rib cages up all the way down your ass of air. Quick, nice, big, fast breath, and then exhale slowly, and then just release the air. And that's just something to take away if anybody's never even thought about breathing without getting too lost in it. Just exhale, completely flood your lung, and fill up, put a bunch of air in your lung. But you don't have to sit there deep breathing in for a long time. It's the exhale is which you're going to focus on. You don't have to sit there breathing in for 20 seconds. I'll share a bit of personal stuff. One of my favorite counts is, I'd say, about like 15 to 20 seconds exhale and 3-second inhale. That pattern, I could hold that pattern hours and hours all day, where I'm exhaling 10, 15 seconds and then suck it all, like completely explode my lungs with air, big bursts all the way down to the ass. And as I'm rambling in between conversations here, Chris Wilson pops in. Chris Wilson, I just had a beautiful conversation with a young lady, and then I just rambled about breathing control for the last 10 minutes. So do you care to join on a part 2 of this episode? All right, folks. Well, this has been Rico Roxx. Rico is RICO and Roxx is ROXX. For anyone who doesn't know, young mystic player coming at you live on Podbean today. And it is amazing. Thank you for listening. Rico Roxx or Suicide 42, 41. But before I end, I'm going to play my newest song I just dropped today. It's called Dark Hole. Just released today on soundcloud.com/Rico Roxx. It is quite the doozy, folks.
This is your world. This is your fucking world. This Matrix world is Rico Roxx.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Turn off to last year. Cause your heart aches me at odds. I said that's sarcastic. They say I lost my heart in stone. I call it home. What is a star and what is all to the touch? Is it all too much or is it not enough? Happiness and hopeless, that's lines too thin to gauge. Am I on point or out of focus? Cause that's an even better line than the previous. And you can watch some mysterious, delirious, no serious, that's curious. And so is everything that makes what you I'll tell you why. Shit fucking sick, cause new slips need to fucking be a thing. Why do things expose themselves as the thing that will bring it all down? Rico Roxx will die with long depression. I used the blood of my enemies to forge the stone from sounds. Don't care if the bootleg it's a shell, cause I'm carving my souls into silver stone tablets. My shit's more than just a habit. It's some now, I gotta have it. Now I gotta have it. Now I gotta have it. Now I gotta fucking have it. And I don't even want it anymore. But I have to still have it. Is that my habit? Or am I its habit? What fucking happened to me? Am I this genius that just on crazy shit? Or am I afraid to admit I lost my gift? How could I let it slip through my fucking fingers like that?
Thank you very much for listening to my latest song I just dropped today. It's a bit of a... I really enjoy it. I think it came out wonderful. Yes, and I will say on that note, free your mind, and free your mind. Filthy Breakfast. So I just did an episode, and I think I will cut it there, and now I could just talk, but once an episode starts running good, then you have to run it all the way through. No dead air. So I was really going for like the last hour. And now, I guess, man, I just wanted to end it with my new song. So thank y'all for checking that out. And now, what's up? I was just going to cut it right there and end, but there's a bunch of people in here right now. So it's like, fuck. I was just going to be like, song, mic drop, peace the fuck out. Because I'm fucking doing shit in the garage. I'm doing shit, motherfuckers. How dare y'all? It's your main man, Rico Roxx, Filthy Breakfast, Chris Wilson, my niggas. My ninjas, bro. Man, I hope everyone enjoyed that. It's like, damn. So the quality of the podcast is drastically gonna drop for now. But doesn't mean we're still gonna be in the park, folks. We ain't gonna be fucked up. We're gonna be. Yes. I just am hanging out in the garage looking for this fucking thing. It is a beautiful 11:32. Although who gives a fuck about that? And we're gonna look for this thing, man. We're looking for this piece of equipment for this cleaning equipment for this thing, and the garage is the main culprit of where it could be. And there's a bunch of shit, a bunch of totes and a bunch of random shit. So we're getting this figured out, folks. And other than that, Rico Roxx is posted. So thank you for sharing the live show, Chris Wilson. Chris Wilson said, "Good afternoon, Rico. I have to say this: installing a new dry belt on a used Toro self-propelled lawnmower I bought the other day. We've been experiencing torrential downpours in Florida for today. I can only listen, not your show, not your show, as planned, perhaps tomorrow. Torrential downpour." That's a nice word, nice vocabulary, Chris Wilson. I like how poetic you are, sir. As crazy as I think you are, I think you're a fucking, and I say that now in the most endearing ways I could say crazy as fuck. One of my favorite aspects is your vocabulary. So, torrential is a downpour is usually what it's referred to as. Torrential is of the very, very downpoury. And speaking of which, I named one of my songs, one of my best projects ever, Torrential Tribute. So that's deep, because it was a very sad, very emotional song, and it was called Torrential Tribute because the tears was torrential, and I was the tribute to the torrent. And so very nice, Chris. What up, Sting?